To make this beautiful Valentine pillow, what you're going to need is an eye hook, a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're going to need a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, and you're going to need some medium full weight yarn, just a tad bit, to make 2 of the little pink hearts. So you'll need pink, and just a little bit of the red to make the letters and to trim around it, and for the hearts. And so I'm using Big Twist 100% acrylic, and this color is Varsity Red. Okay, and then the pillow is being done in this Big Twist white. There's 380 yards. I've already used 1 skein for the pillow, and then you will have to have another skein to finish off your pillow. Okay, and then the pillow form that we are using in here is a 12 by 18. Right here, it's a 12 by 18 pillow form. Okay, and then this is the pillow. This is the 12 by 18. Okay, and then this is what I used to pin down my project, my letters and stuff, is I used these T-pins. But you can use straight pins if you want. And of course, you're going to need a yarn needle and a pair of scissors and a row counter right here. And you're going to need some fabric clips to hold the 2 panels together. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started on this beautiful pillow. Okay, so for our front and back panel, we will be using the 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And I'm going to use, I know the pillow is done with white yarn, but I'm going to use red yarn because it shows up better in the camera. Okay, so for the back panel, you will need to chain 64. So put your hook behind your yarn and go twist around the yarn and then chain 64. I'm going to do a small sample for you instead of chaining the whole 64, but you will need to chain 64. Okay, so once you've chained 64, for the first row, you're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and single crochet in each chain across, and you will have 63 single crochets. Okay, go ahead and single crochet in your last chain. That is that's row 1. So for row 2, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to turn your work, and we are going to put a double crochet in the back loop of each stitch all the way across. So here's your front loop and there's your back loop. So you don't need one in this first stitch because you've already got a chain 3, which represents a double crochet. So double crochet in the back loop of each stitch all the way across. There's the back loop. So just a double crochet in the back loop all the way across. You see the kind of the V-stitch look? That's your front loop, that's your back loop. Front loop, back loop, front loop, back loop. So just continue doing that all the way across. Okay, so we just finished with row 2. So for row 3, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and this time we're going to work in the front loops instead of the back. See, there's the back, there's the front. But we're going to make a single crochet. So we're going to start in this very first stitch in the front loop, make a single crochet, and a single crochet in the front loop of each stitch all the way across. Just in the front loop. And this is what it's looking like. If it's not looking like this, then you're not doing it right. So go ahead and single crochet all the way across in the front loop Try not to get that back loop. Okay, now you finish row 3. And all you do from here on, from rows 4 through 26, you're just going to keep repeating row 2 and 3. And you will end with row 2. Okay, guys, that's going to be your back panel. Okay, so to start off on the front panel, we are going to chain 70. So just put your hook behind the yarn and twist it around like this, and then chain 70. Okay, so I just finished chaining 70. Oh, and the reason I'm using the red, and I know that you notice that the pillow is white, but I'm using red because the white doesn't show up that well for this tutorial. Okay, so what we're going to do is for row 1, we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Here's the first chain, here's the second chain. And then we're going to single crochet in each chain all the way across. And we will have 69 single crochets. Okay, so I just finished with row 1. Now I'm not going to go all the way across. I'm just going to show you a sample of how you do this. Okay, so for row 2, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to single crochet in this first stitch. Okay, and then we're going to single crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in the next stitch. So in this very next stitch, we're going to single crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. Now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and in the third stitch, we're going to repeat that across, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch. Skip the next 2 stitches, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And you'll repeat that all the way across. Skip the next 2 stitches, and in the third stitch, single crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. Okay, now that we're at the end, you're going to end this with a single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so that was row 2. So for row 3, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, 1 single crochet in this first stitch, and then we're going to, in each of the chain 1 spaces, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. In the next chain 1 space, a single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Continue that all the way across. Next chain 1 space, single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. And just keep repeating that all the way across. When you finish your last single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, you are going to make a single crochet in the last stitch. So that is row 3. Row 4 through 31, you are going to repeat row 3. Just keep repeating that. So when you get to row 32, we're going to chain 1, turn our work. We're going to make a single crochet in each stitch and in each chain all the way across, and you should end up with 69, the same amount that you had on that first row. Okay, so single crochet in each stitch all the way across, and chain 1 space. Just like that. To the very last stitch, just go ahead and fasten off your work and weave in the ends. Just make sure you have 32 rows. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on our back panel. Okay, so to make the heart, we're going to make a magic ring. So just take your yarn and wrap around your finger like this. Insert your hook in the ring. Grab your yarn and pull up. And slip stitch. Okay, now you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to make 3 triple crochets. So yarn over twice, insert your hook in the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, let's try it again. Yarn over twice, insert your hook in the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now let's do that one more time. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1. And if your strand gets kind of short, go ahead and just pull it a little bit like that. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 more double crochets. It's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so at this point you should have a chain 4, 3 trebles, 3 doubles, a chain 1, 3 doubles. Now we're going to do 3 trebles. Okay, that was 1, 2, and 3. You will need to chain 4 and then slip stitch into the ring. Okay, so now we're going to pull our strand of yarn and tighten it like that. Not real tight, but just tighten it because you're going to slip stitch into this hole right here. There you go, like that. Pull the yarn up a little bit. And you're going to leave a strand of yarn so that you can attach this to the pillow. Okay, so take your yarn that you just did your slip stitch with and pull that through. Got way too many strands there. Okay, and so now you take your other strand and go ahead and pull a little tighter like that. All right, so now turn it over and lay it down, and you're going to tie a knot like that. Okay, so I usually do it twice, and then just go ahead and go off your yarn a little bit. Now what you're going to do is when you attach that, you just put that little strand in the back there. Okay, there's your little heart. Okay, so now we're going to make our X's and our O's, and you're going to make 4 of these X's, and you're going to make 4 of these O's. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So for the letter X and for the letter O, we are going to use a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. So let's start with the letter X. We're going to chain 18. Okay. So just put your crochet hook underneath the yarn and twist around just like that. And you chain 1, 2, 3, 4 to 18. For row 2, we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So there's the first chain from the hook, there's the second chain. So single crochet, that means insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull through, grab your yarn and pull through 2 loops. So it's 1 single crochet. And so you're going to single crochet in each chain all the way to the end. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And just keep repeating this all the way across. And I will meet you when you get to the end. Crochet in that last chain. That was row 1. So row 2 and 3, you're just going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to make a single crochet in each stitch. See those little V's? Those are your top of your stitches. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet this in as I go, or you can weave that in later, however you want to do it. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across. And you should have 17 single crochets. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut mine off because it's getting in my way. And maybe you can see it a little better. Just keep single crocheting all the way across. And like I said, you'll have 17. Last one. So for row 3, chain 1 and turn your work. And you're going to do the same thing. A single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Okay. And I'll meet you when you get to the end. Okay, so we just finished with the end. Now you're going to fasten it off. And you're going to take your yarn needle, and we're going to weave this in to the back. Okay, and now just cut the yarn. Okay, so it should look like this. Now we're going to take our yarn and make sure you're on the front side. It doesn't matter which side we're working on, as long as you're on the front side and not the back side. Okay, so you're going to go up about 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Insert your hook. Okay, now this is a little trick that I do. Grab the yarn, pull through. Okay, and that little strand you've got back here, a loose strand, take your yarn and grab that strand of yarn, pull through, and that locks it in. Now you're going to make a single crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so that's 1, a single crochet in the next stitch, and also I'm crocheting that strand of yarn in as I go, but it's locked in and it will not come out. Chain 1, turn your work, and if you want, you can continue crocheting that strand in, or you can go ahead and cut it off. I'm going to do it one more time. So 1 single crochet in each stitch, which is 3 stitches. That's row 5. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut mine off. Okay, so you're going to go all the way to row 10. That was 4 and 5. Row 6, same thing. 1, 2, 3. That was 7. Chain 1, turn your work. So I'll meet you when you get through with 10. Finished with row 10. Go ahead and fasten this off. And once again, you're going to weave that in as well, just like you did the other side. But so we'll do that in a minute. Now go to the opposite side and go to the 8th stitch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So insert your hook in the 8th stitch and do the same thing. So grab your yarn, pull it through, and reach back there and grab that strand of yarn and slip stitch it through. Okay, and then insert your hook and do a single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So that was row 11, and you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to repeat just like you did here. So you're going to go all the way to row 17. I'm just going to grab my yarn, do it one more time. That's 1, 2, and 3. That's row 12. All right, let's go ahead and fasten that strand of yarn off. Get it out of our way. All right. Okay, I'll meet you when you get to the end of row 17. So I just finished with row 17. So now we're going to fasten off, but this time we're going to leave a long strand of yarn so that we can attach this to the pillow. Here we are. Okay, so that's our X. So let's go ahead and start our O. Okay, so we're going to start with a chain 4. So hook underneath your yarn and over the yarn and twist. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for row 1, you're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. There's first chain, second chain. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so that's row 1. And so for row 2 through 14, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, turn your work. And you're going to keep repeating that all the way to row 14. So I'll meet you back at row 14. That was a chain 1. I turned the work, and I'm doing 3 single crochets. Chain 1, turn, and then just keep repeating that. Okay, so we just finished 14 rows. So for row 15, we're going to chain 1, turn our work. We're going to work a single crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now we're going to work a double crochet in the last stitch. So it's yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that is row 15. So for row 16, we're going to chain 1, turn our work. We're going to put a double crochet in that first stitch. So it's yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to work a half double crochet in the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then we're going to work a single crochet in the last stitch. Chain 1, turn our work. So that was row 16. Row 17, we are going to work a single crochet, first stitch, half double crochet the next stitch, and a double crochet in the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn our work. That was row 17. row 18, we're going to work a double crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, and a single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, turn our work. That's what it looks like now. That was row 18. So for row 19 through 30, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to work a single crochet in each stitch. So we'll have 3 single crochets. There's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, turn your work. That was row 19. All right, and you just keep repeating that. Chain 1, turn your work, and work a single crochet. You'll have 3 single crochets across all the way to row 30. And I'll meet you back at the end of row 30. So I just finished with row 30. So for row 31, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to work a single crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, and a double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, that was row 31. We're going to chain our chain and turn our work. We're going to work a double crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, and a single crochet in the last stitch. That was row 32. So for row 33, we're going to chain and turn our work, single crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so that was the end of row 33. So for 34, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to work a double crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, and a single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so that's all you do for your rows. Now you just need to leave a long strand of yarn so that you can attach it to the pillow. So just take your yarn and pull through the loop. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and connect these two ends together here real quick. You got it nice and straight, and you're going to connect these two ends together. So just go ahead and put them together like that. And go ahead and weave or stitch across them, both layers. Okay, now you got them together, and there's your O. Now we just need to attach these to the pillow. Okay, once you get all your exit O's made in your hearts, you can go ahead and place them on your mat. You can go ahead and place them on the front panel. I use these little T-pins, but you can use straight pins, and just kind of center your whole project. Okay, you need to go ahead and put your strand of yarn on your yarn needle, and just kind of crochet it in, like just slip stitch it. Okay. Just stitch it on like this. If you want, you can go through back side and back up again if you want to do it that way. But I'm going to do mine like this. But that's all you do. You just slip stitch it on. Okay, go ahead and just stitch all your pieces on however you want them. And then we'll put the front panel and the back panel together. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay your back panel down, the front side of the panel facing the bottom. Okay, so now you're going to put your front panel on top, and you're going to take these little fabric clips right here. Now we're going to crochet around 3 sides and leave one side open so that you can insert your pillow. So what I like to do is I just take and I try to even these up. Like this, and I just place these little fabric clips like this. And you'll just go all the way around. And you may need to do a little stretching here and there. Okay, and then I like to go ahead and go to the other end just to make sure that I'm not stretching too much. Okay, I'll leave a link below to these little fabric clips and the T-pins. Okay, so I've got the fabric clips all the way around. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet all the way around the pillow. And then we're going to start on this end, work our way around, and we're going to stop right here and insert our pillow. So let's go ahead and turn this around. Make sure you got the back side on the right side. Alright, so we're going to start in this corner right here. So go ahead and take your red yarn and your 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, leave a strand of yarn, and you're going to insert it in the corner, and you need to make sure you go through both layers, the front and back panel. Grab your yarn, pull through, and then grab that yarn in the back, your strand of yarn, and slip stitch. Okay, and that ties it, or that locks it in, and you're going to chain 1. Okay, so go ahead and work a single crochet. And then another single crochet. And you can remove your fabric clips as you work. And you can also, this is already locked in, it's not going to come loose, but you can crochet this along if you want. And then just keep going all the way across. There are no really defined stitches. Just make sure you're catching both layers. And then just try to evenly space this out. Like this. And then remove the clips as you go. And like I said, just make sure you're getting both layers, the front and the back. Okay, I will meet you when you get to the other end, and what you'll do is when you get to the corner, 2 single crochets on each of the corners. Okay, I'll meet you back when you get back to this round. So So I've single crocheted all the way around, but I have not done the 2 single crochets in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and insert the pillow form in the opening. All right, so now you got your opening. Now you're going to apply fabric clips to keep this closed so that you can single crochet around it. Just make sure you got it where it's nice and straight. Okay, so we got our fabric clips all on this side. So just make 2 single crochets in the corner, single crochet all the way around, all the way to the end, and then we're going to slip stitch. So I'll go ahead and do a little bit here for you. Okay, so I'm in the corner and working 2 single crochets. All right, and then you're just going to work a single crochet all the way across to close the pillow up. Remove your fabric clips as you work. And remember to work through both layers, the front and the back. All right, I'll meet you when you get to the end. Just go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch to close it up. Fasten off your yarn. Pull the yarn through, and we're going to weave this last strand of yarn in. So thread your yarn needle. And just weave it in on the back side. All right, go ahead and fasten that off. Okay, now you can go ahead and, if you would like, to do a picot edging all the way around, but if you want to, you don't need to fasten it off. You can just go straight in to chaining 4. But since we've already fastened off, it doesn't matter where you start. I'm just going to kind of start right here in the corner, but it doesn't really matter. I just insert my hook in that stitch, grab my yarn, pull through, and grab that back yarn, strand of yarn. And I'm slip stitching into the loop on my hook. Okay, so now you're at the beginning. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. So there's the first chain. Here's our second chain. Grab your yarn, pull through, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull through the loop on your hook. And one more time, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull through, and insert through the loop on your hook. Okay, in this next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. And then the next stitch, you're going to slip stitch and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to repeat that. You're going to make a slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. There's the first. Here's the second. You're going to do this 2 more times. You're going to do a total of 3. And 1 more. Okay, now you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to slip stitch in the next stitch. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. And in the next 2 chains for a total of 3. There we go. And here is what it's looking like. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you when you get right here. Okay, now that I'm at the end, I'm just going to slip stitch like this, and then we're going to fasten this off. And we're going to thread our yarn needle. And we're just going to weave it in the back. Okay, now we'll fasten that off. Okay, now you have your pillow. There's all your little picot. Just kind of fancies it up some. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Have fun with this, and you can do your own colors. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.